everybody, welcome back to the Beach Bum Bookworm. I am Tiffany. I'm so glad y'all found me again today. My channel is all about cozy mysteries and romance books. And today I'm here with my April romance wrap-up. Yes, I'm a little bit late, but I don't always do a romance wrap-up, but I've had so many romance reads in April. It was very romance heavy, so here I am to tell you about them. Let's get started in 3, 2, 1, go! So a couple things, as always, don't forget to hit the like, subscription, notification bell. All three of those help us out tremendously in the algorithm. It means so much to me. I'm so grateful for all the support. Remember, support is absolutely free, so that is a great way of showing your love. Okay, the other thing is I'm going to put my spice scale. Here is my spice scale, okay? So we have baby spice, and then posh, sporty, number 4 is ginger, and scary spice is our 5 alarm pepper, okay? So you will hear me throughout the video refer back to this. Okay, so the first book I read was X's and O's. This is the first book in the Starlight Haven Lumber series by Kayla Grosse. I gave this 3 cups of coffee. I might read number 2. It was an okay read. It was very short. A married couple kind of helps out this guy who was stranded during, I think there was a snowstorm. And they bring him into their couple. It just was so short that I didn't really feel a huge connection between them. It was a fun time. It was wild. I would definitely say it's ginger spice. Most of Kayla Grosse's books are. So I might check out number 2. I'm not totally set. Next up is Tame the Heart. This is the first book in the Runaway Ranch romance series by Ava Hunter. I gave this 3 cups of coffee as well. It's probably, on the spice scale, I'm going to say sporty, like 3. We'll say 3. And it was 3 cups of coffee. Because we are in the middle of May, I know I'm running late, but I don't remember anything about this. I actually, as I'm reading the synopsis, I still feel like I'm mixing it up with another book. And that tells a lot because when I like a book, I remember almost all the details. So it was a romance between a ranch owner and a girl who I think, if I'm remembering the correct book, was on the run from an abusive spouse, and there was somebody who worked at the ranch that helped people in those situations. I could be completely mixing it up with another book. I lie sometimes. What can I say? It's not intentional. Okay, so next up I read Mr. Heartbreaker. This is the first book in the Nest romance series by Piper Rayne. I loved this. I gave it 5 cups of coffee. I would say it is, I'm going to go with ginger, but I really think it's somewhere in between sporty and ginger, like a 3.5 on the spice meter. So this is between Rowan, and I cannot remember the heroine's name, but her brother is a goalie in the NHL, and she meets Rowan, who is a hockey player. She knows this. Rowan doesn't know who she is. They have met, but when she was much younger, he doesn't know her all grown up. And so she doesn't tell him, hey, like my brother, is in the league and you guys used to play together. They're just kind of having a friends with benefits sort of thing. And then her brother gets traded to the team. And by that point, things have gotten a little more heavy than friends with benefits. I loved it. 5 stars. It was so good. So good. Next up, I read Whirlwind. This is by Kayla Grosse. I gave it 3 cups of coffee. I didn't love this one either. I normally love her books. This was a storm chasing romance between a student and the professor. The romance was okay. The storm chasing was fun. There were some side characters I really did enjoy. I didn't think that it made sense to have the relationship between the young student and the professor. I thought that was just for being able to say I have this age gap or this taboo relationship. And it could have just been 2 people who were on the storm chase. I just thought that added angst and drama that didn't need to be there. And that's not my thing. I know some people really prefer angst in their books, and so they might really enjoy that, but I didn't. Next up, I read Love on Deck. This is the first book in the Arcadia Creek romance series by Kasey Stockton. I think this was Baby Spice, but I'm going to say Posh, just so I'm not leading you astray. But I don't think there was any spice in this. So this one was fun. It is Lauren and Jack, and they are like casualties of people around them dating already. So they don't get along, but I think it's her sister and his best friend are already a couple. And so they're getting married, and they are getting married on this cruise ship, and Lauren and Jack are best man, you know, maid of honor, that sort of thing. And I don't remember why he wants a fake girlfriend for the trip once they get there, but he insures her. So she works as she's a workaholic, and she is like an event planner. And she wants this huge account that Jack might have access to. So she wants him to get this company to have their event, their annual big party at her facility. And so he's like, yeah, I think I can make that happen. You act like you're my girlfriend, and that's what you get out of it. I don't remember what he got out of it. I think maybe just left alone because there was a girl there that he'd had not really a relationship with, but maybe like dated, and she was really into him. I think that's what that was, but I don't remember exactly what he got out of the deal. However, in the midst of fake dating, which is one of my favorite tropes, they end up falling in love. I thought it was so cute. I think I gave it 3.5 to 4 cups of coffee. Again, I think it's Baby Spice, but I'm going to say Posh. Next up, I read Make You Mine. This is the third book in the Honey Mountain series. This is by Laura Pavlov. I love this series. I think I've read the last one. I hope it's not over. I really, really, really enjoy it. And I read a first by her in another series, and it didn't feel the same. So if anybody can tell me another series that's like the Honey Mountain, let me know. And I'm going to try her Copper. She has another series called Copper something. I'm going to try that. But I tried her, I don't remember what it was, but I didn't feel the first book. Anyways, you'll hear that in a wrap up. Maybe I read it in May, so next month. Okay, so this one though, I do and did love. Love this series and did love this one. So this is Jace. He is one of the firefighters that we know very well. So this series kind of revolves around the Thomas family, and it's I think there's 4 daughters, and the dad is the fire chief. And so we see the firefighters through all the books in this series. They're all very, very close. And this is one of the firefighters, Jace. He is a single parent, and one of the Thomas girls, I can't remember which Thomas girl. I want to say Charlotte, but I'm not positive. She becomes a nanny for him. She wants to write. And so she's like, I'll still have time to write, and I'll help you take care of your kids. His wife was making some horrible choices, and then she finally left, and she's just been very absentee from his children's life. And so they want somebody steady, and also somebody to help Jace while he's at the firehouse. Loved it. So good. The banter in this series and the found family between all the firefighters and the Thomas girls, as well as any other relationships, is top notch. I love this world so much. I think I gave this particular book 4 cups of coffee. Next up, I read Terms and Conditions. This is the second book in the Dreamland Billionaire series by Lauren Asher. This one is like the highest rated one, and I didn't love it. I didn't love it. I really enjoyed the first one. And this one, I think I gave it 3.5 cups of coffee. So I still liked it, but this tends to be everybody's favorite, and I didn't feel that way. I don't know. I didn't care for Declan very much. This is Declan and Iris's story. So Dreamland Billionaires is kind of like an adult Disney, and the grandfather put in the will like certain stipulations that the boys, there's 3 boys, have to do to inherit their part of the park, so to speak, or their position in the park, whatever it may be. And so this is Declan and Iris. And Iris is kind of this free spirit, and Declan is a very by-the-book CEO, or he wants to be CEO, inherit that position. And it's their relationship. Next up, I read number 2 in the Sutter Lake romance series by Catherine Cowles, Beautifully Broken Life. This is Tessa and Liam, and this is romantic suspense, which is what Catherine Cowles, I think, writes the majority of her books. I gave it 4 cups of coffee. She is on the run, and I have read so much of this series in the past month. I don't remember particularly which one. As soon as I say why I think she's on the run, it's going to be one of the other books, because I think I've read 5 books from this series in the last 3 weeks. So I don't want to speak to that, but I have really enjoyed all of them. The one thing that I will say is that this is a very small town. It's a very small area, remote, and in every book, someone gets taken or kidnapped. And I'm like, how many people from the same friend circle can be kidnapped or taken in a town of 3,000 people? I mean, don't get me wrong. I've enjoyed all of them. And if they were separate, it wouldn't feel that way. Gonna continue it. I'll probably pick up another Catherine Cowles once I kind of got more into this series. I really like the found family aspect of all the people that live at Sutter Lake, and the friends that we've kind of been introduced to, and their relationships and how they fend for each other. And I love that. I also have realized that I really like romantic suspense. I did not know that I liked it as much as I do. Now I need to find some more authors that are romantic suspense, because I looked up best romantic suspense books or something like that, and I wasn't getting a whole lot. Now I read mostly series. I don't want a bunch of standalones, because I just prefer to read from series and get to know a town and place and people. So if you know of any good romantic suspense series, please put them in the comments below. I am really looking for some good ones. Next up, I read Rope Me In. This is the second book in the Cowboys of Nighthawk romance series by Kayla Grosse. I would have read a lot of Kayla Grosse this month. I don't regret it. I don't regret it. This one I gave 4 cups of coffee. This one was really fun. So we met, what is his name? Cade Montgomery in the last book. He is the brother to the hero in the first book. And he's more of the wild Montgomery. They don't own, but they work at this bar, Nighthawk, in the town where they live. Their ranch is needing money financially, and so they're kind of trying to earn some extra cash there. And then we have Presley, and Presley is this girl that's come in with some blonde hair, but little pieces of purple, and she's very spunky, and she's kind of tattooed, and she walks into this bar and she wants this job, and people are like, oh, this girl does not belong. She does, however, get the job, and then you find out that Presley is a pretty amazing fiddle player, and she was part of this band, and she was very, very, very talented, but she had this emotionally abusive boyfriend that was also within the band. And not only was he verbally abusive but he was also abusive in a very manipulating way in order to kind of keep her under his thumb, so to speak. And so she has finally gotten away from him, but he is consistently calling and still trying to be able to use his manipulation to bring her back. But also you can tell that he's really worked on cutting down her confidence. And as she's around Cade more and more, she kind of comes out of her shell, and they fall in love. I really liked this one. Like I said, I gave it 4 cups of coffee. I really liked both the Montgomery boys. I like this series. I hope that there's more in it. There's a couple people that work at the bar that I would love to see them get their own stories in this series, because I really, really enjoyed it. I thought the banter between Presley and Cade, and really all of the people, again, at Nighthawk, is really great. Really enjoyed this one. Next up, I read number 2 in the Nest romance series, Mr. Broody right here. This is by Piper Rayne. Remember I told you I read the first one. I gave it 5 cups of coffee. I gave this one, I think, 4 cups of coffee. I still really enjoyed it. The Nest is like this apartment building where a group of these NHL players live, and some like professional baseball players and stuff. So I'm thinking we might get books later in the series that are other sports, but I just don't know yet. So this is Henry. We met Henry in the first book. I'm going to say I forgot again to give you some of the spice as we've gone through these books, but I will say that this one is probably, let's go with Ginger. I think Ginger's too high, but I think that Sporty, I think it's like a 3.5. Okay. So Henry has adopted a young boy, and so he is a single parent. He's a hockey player, and he had a very serious relationship, and he felt like when he made the pros, he was going to keep her from finding her own identity. So he's kind of like, I think that we need to separate, sort of thing. And I think she felt the same way at the time. But they never fell out of love with each other. And she comes into town, and of course, her and Henry run into each other. Also, she has started substituting, and in walks his son, which is another way of bringing them together. It was so fun. Really, really enjoyed it. I didn't like the couple as much in this one, and that's why I gave it 4 stars instead of 5, but I have really enjoyed this series. I can't wait to see where it goes. Next up, I read The Brazen. This is the 3rd book in the Calamity, Montana romance series. This is by Willa Nash, who is aka Devney Perry. I gave this one 3 cups of coffee. I love the Calamity, Montana series so much. This one wasn't my favorite in the series. Still really enjoyed it. This is Kerrigan, and is it Pierce? Yeah, I love this series overall. Again, it's another one that I apparently really appreciate found family, because you're going to hear me say that again. I love the relationship between the guys that are all in the books and the females, and then when they all kind of come together and the way they support each other and come to each other's aid when needed. And I just really, really, really enjoy that. So Kerrigan and Pierce. Kerrigan had a loan from an older gentleman, and it turns out that older gentleman is Pierce's grandfather, and he passes away, and he had never met Kerrigan, but he assumes that she was using his grandfather and maybe even like using him as a sugar daddy. His grandfather had done some stuff in the past to him that had strained their relationship, and so they didn't have a relationship at the end of his life. So again, he didn't know anything about Kerrigan, but he kind of makes a lot of poor assumptions. And so he is her landlord for a while, and she owes him money for this loan, and he's like, I'm not going to extend this loan. It is due now, and you need to pay it, and we need to be done. And she won't leave him alone. And so they, are constantly bickering. It's a very much, not enemies to lovers, but definitely like not friendly terms. Because again, they're constantly bickering and nipping at each other and that sort of thing. And but they're thrown together through this bond of her friend and his grandfather. I gave it 3 cups of coffee. And excited to read the next one. I've actually read, I think, all the rest in the series already, because I love that series so much. Next up, I read number 3 in the Speakeasy Taproom series, Homecoming. This is by Rebecca Noreen. I gave this 3 cups of coffee. I read the second one this month, and I don't think I'm going to continue this series. I don't know why it just wasn't hitting for me the way that I thought this series would. I think the idea of a speakeasy is so fun. So I thought I would love it, and I don't know why I don't. I don't know why. And it's not that I hate it or anything like it. It's just there's so many other books that I want to read. And so I think I'm just going to set it aside for that sake. Next up, I read The Golden Goal. This is the first book in the More Than a Game romance series. This is by Annah Connell. I gave this 5 cups of coffee. I absolutely loved it. It's a hockey romance, and it features Shaw, and this is a brother's best friend. I'm trying to think if I know her name. I'm not sure of her name, but they've grown up together because him and the brother's best friend have been friends since they were little kids. And so there was constant rivalry and picking on one another and that sort of thing. And now she is the physical therapist for the hockey team he plays for. And so he has been in love with her for a very long time, we find out. And so while she is the physical therapist for the team, he is going to finally prove to her that it wasn't just him being a salty teenager or whatever she thought. It was really that he was, in love with her. So I gave this 5 cups of coffee. I thought it was great. This is baby spice. I don't think that there's any spice in this. It was really good. The banter was fantastic. Next up, I went straight into number 2. That's how much I loved the first one. More Than a Game number 2 is The Perfect Putt. This is again by Annah Connell. I gave this one 3 cups of coffee. I enjoyed it. It was a golf romance, and it just wasn't as fun, and I just didn't like the 2 characters as much. This does have another found family aspect. The guys are all friends. They have like a day that they all play video games together, and they have like a chat within the video games, and it's really funny because sometimes, like in the first book, Shaw is talking about a girl he's in love with and the stuff that's going on and how he's frustrated with her and some of the stuff. And he's talking about one of the other guys in the group, his best friend's sister. And he's like, oh man, come on, which I thought was hilarious. This one, I just didn't like the characters as much. And again, I'm just not as interested in golf. I actually love playing golf, but I don't know. It just didn't hold my attention. This is Miles, and I can't remember, but she becomes, is it his caddy or his assistant? His assistant. She becomes his assistant. He has went through assistants. Now I remember, he has went through assistants. He can't find one he likes. He finally finds one he likes, but he's also developed personal feelings for her, and that's a problem for him. And but alas, that's where the story takes off. I gave it 3 cups of coffee. Next up, I read Revd to the Max. This is the first book in the Reynolds Restorations romance series by Melanie Moreland. And I loved this one. So this is Max and Charlie. And Max has a one-night stand. And the girl leaves. And he is getting ready to get a new employee. And though I don't remember what she put on the application. I think she just put Charlie. And he assumed that this person applying for this mechanic position in his shop was Charlie a male. And she shows up and it's Charlie a female. And of course, you got it. The person he had the one-night stand with. And so now she's working for him. And he's like, crap, I've already hired her. I can't just legally let her go. And so now he's trying to figure out how to be around her because he's still really attracted to her. But it goes from there. I really, really loved it. Loved the banter between them. I gave this 4 cups of coffee. It was a really fun read. Next up was one of my favorites of the month. I absolutely love this. I gave this 5 cups of coffee, but I really probably could have given it 6. I don't know what it was. It just worked for me. It's the first book in the New England Bay Sharks romance series, Tell Me Lies. This is by Hannah Gray. This is another hockey romance, and this was a single dad, and I think it's Nanny. And holy moly, I loved it so much. The banter between these two was top notch. Now, I do think this is pretty spicy, so I'm going to say ginger spice on this one. I thought it was so much fun, and I can't wait to read more in the series. I actually have read number 2. Next up, I read number 1 in the Mountain Men romance series. It was called Mountain Boss. This is by S.J. Tilley. I was so disappointed in this book. Listen, everybody's not going to like the same things. I gave this 2 cups of coffee. It didn't work for me. I thought I would love it. I love mountain men. It's one of my favorite tropes. I love lumberjacks. And so that's what I was hoping for. I did not like the main character at all. I thought he was like really immature and almost a little bit on the not cute stalker side of things. I'm not a big stalker romance fan anyways. So if people are like, ooh, I like a stalker romance, I don't know. He was like stealing her underwear and then talking about smelling them and just stuff that I felt was really immature for someone his age and also creepy. And I don't know, it just didn't work for me. Oh, and I don't know if I've ever read anything by S.J. Tilley. So this might be her normal writing style. It did not work for me. This changed point of views per chapter. However, my issue, which happens a lot in romance, but my issue was it changed points of view like every page. Like in the middle of an event. It wasn't like, okay, now you're going to get the event from their perspective. No, it was like just in the middle. Like one page was hers and the next page was his, but it was the same. It really was convoluted. I didn't care for this. Next up, I read Simply Mine. This is the 4th book in the Honey Mountain series by Laura Pavlov. Right here, I talked about this series earlier. This is the firefighter series. It's not all firefighters. But the Thomas family, dad is the fire chief, and it's very kind of ingrained into the series. Well, in this one, the Thomas girl, I cannot remember which Thomas girl this one is. There's 4 of them, and I can't remember which one this is. The last one in this series is Dylan, so it's not Dylan. But this is Ledger, is the hero. And he is the older brother to our main character's best friend. So our main character, the Thomas girl, she is in love with her best friend's brother. And he is coming back for a wedding. And they decide that they're going to try to plan a bachelorette party together. And they clearly both have feelings for each other, and it kind of goes from there. I loved it. I love this series. I gave it 4 cups of coffee, and I would say that this series in general is probably in between Sporty and Ginger, like a 3.5 throughout the series. Next up, I read The Bully. This is number 4 in the Calamity, Montana series by Willa Nash, which is Daphne Perry. I was talking about this series earlier. So this one is Nellie and, what's his name? Cal? Nellie and Cal. And Nellie works for Cal's best friend. And they can't stand each other, Nellie and Cal. And wasn't he on a professional sports team? I think he's on a professional sports team and is retiring. And nobody knows why they hate each other. But every time he comes into town, it's just chaos. They argue and fight and carry on. Well, he's decided he wants to move to Calamity. And she's like, oh, I was here first. And so then it's very much an enemies to lovers. Neither of them are going to give in. And I loved it. Of course, I gave it, I think I gave this one 3.5. Oh, I gave it 4 cups of coffee. And this one was my last read of the month. I told you I read quite a bit of romances. So I would like to know what your favorite romance was for April. If you have any good romantic suspense romance series for me, put that in the comments below. And if you have any other romances that you think I need to check out, make sure you put that below. Anything else that you want to talk about, give me a big thumbs up for this video. And until next time, may all your future reads be 5 stars. Bye, everybody.